welcome into the studio Karrie Kenney. She is here to talk about the Fulton Fall Festival. A lot of activities being planned for tomorrow, Karrie.
We sure do, and Mother Nature is going to cooperate. Finally, fall festival instead of summer festival weather.
It is going to be fall-like, and I think the sun's going to come out tomorrow.
Yes, it looks like it's going to be a nice sunny, 58 to 60 degree day. So
that'll be good. So what time does everything get underway?
Sure. So our festival itself starts at 10 o'clock. It runs from 10 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon. And after that, we take an hour to break down and get the streets opened up. And then starting from 5 until 8, we have a beer garden and live music by Lynn Allen, along with a couple of food trucks for the adults. That's an adults-only kind of after-hours party.
Well, that'll be good. So they can have the kids during the day, and then they can come back and enjoy the music and the camaraderie.
We got some feedback last year at our fall festival that they loved how many kids events there were, and they were kind of disappointed that the fun for the adults ended at 4 o'clock as well. So we kind of put our heads together and found a way to kind of make the best of both worlds there a little bit.
I would imagine everything's pretty much going to be in the downtown area.
It is. Yep, everything is in our downtown area. The after hours or the adult party is going to be right in front of the windmill, but otherwise everything else is on our main street, 4th Street, downtown Fulton.
That is a great location for something like that down by the windmill.
It really is. When we had our Dutch Days kickoff party, we had never used that space for live music before, but man, there were some beautiful pictures of the windmill lit up at night, and it's just a nice area because people can spread out a little bit and you don't have to be right on top of each other.
Is it kind of like Dutch Days where they'll block off the downtown for a while?
Yep. So the whole downtown area, by city ordinance, because we're going to allow folks to kind of mingle around and carry around open container alcohol, the city ordinance says we can go 2 city blocks. So from north to south, Country Companies is on the north end, and then Johnny's Tavern is on the south end. So those 2 blocks we'll have blocked off so you can carry around a drink with you if you like.
Okay. And now, indeed, downtown activities, but you were telling me Heritage Canyon is also going to get involved.
Yeah, they have a really nice setup down at Heritage Canyon where you can walk through, and they have lots of different events. They have a petting zoo, I'm aware of that. But the beautiful thing is there's a free trolley that gets you from downtown up to Heritage Canyon. If you haven't been up there, it's not very far. It's maybe a quarter mile. But when you got kids along and you've bought some things at the vendors, it's nice to have that trolley. So a free trolley ride that's picking up at KT3 Fitness, and we'll take people back and forth to and from the canyon.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
A lot of vendors. I noticed there's a ton of vendors you got there.
Well, that doesn't happen by accident. We started working on attracting these vendors last year at this time. A lot of these people were at our event last year, and they referred friends to ours because we had such a nice turnout. So we've had a lot of these vendors lined up since this time last year, and we've added some new ones even since that time.
Visiting with Karrie Kenney. Now, you're very active over there in Fulton with Dutch Days, the Fulton Fall Festival, but also Totally Tuesday, and there's going to be maybe some exciting news for next year.
Yes, so we've been working really hard. The Fulton Kiwanis was good enough to, they've been raising money through a Queen of Hearts raffle, and if you haven't paid attention to that raffle is up to $240,000 at Kingpin's next Wednesday. But some of the proceeds from that raffle, the Kiwanis has donated and earmarked towards a new band shell out at Drives Park. And so we approached the city, our Fulton Fund crew approached the city of Fulton and asked them to kind of help match some money to help build that. And the band shell, the concrete is poured, and we should be ready to use that next spring.
That'll be great.
I'm excited about that. We're going to have a lot of fun with that. It mirrors the DeWitt band shell, just without the brick. Just their band shell is right in their downtown, so I think aesthetically they had to match some brick. Ours is nice siding, but it's heavy-duty outdoor siding versus maybe vinyl siding that you're used to on a house.
And with Drives Park there on the east edge of town, you got a lot of room out there.
We've got a lot of room and a lot of trees for shade and that kind of thing. Some festivals you go to, and in summer months you stand in the sun, but strategically there's some shade there. And then, there's a lot of area for the kids to spread out, and the parents can still see them from where they're watching the band or having a sandwich, that kind of thing.
Okay, that is very good. So again, tomorrow, the Fulton Fall Festival, things get underway at 10 in the morning.
10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and then take the kiddos home and come back out and have some fun from 5 to 8.
All right. Karrie, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thanks for inviting us.
You're invited to the grand reopening of Miles Lumber and Hardware this Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Stop in and see the new look. The whole store has been completely remodeled with new shelving and new displays to include electrical, plumbing, and everyday hardware.